Hey everybody, Kim here with SimpleLife.com. Thanks so much for coming by. Today I'm going to compare the Fitbit Alta to the Fitbit Flex 2. Now, as you know, I originally started out with the Fitbit 1, and the Fitbit 1 is a fantastic little device. It clips onto your belt loop, or you can put it in your pocket. Has a great metal clip and a little plastic holder. Fantastic little device, very indiscreet, very easy to carry. You don't even know you have it. But there's a couple things I didn't like about it. Number one, I like to be able to track my sleep at night. And the Fitbit 1 I had to manually put into sleep mode. So I had to remember before I was going to go to sleep to hold down this little button so it would say, oh, you're going to sleep mode, I'll start tracking your sleep. The other thing I didn't like is I couldn't wear it on my belt loop at night. Fitbit recommends that you actually wear your Fitbit on a wrist during the night to track your sleep. And this is the little concoction that they provided for the Fitbit 1. And I would have to put the Fitbit inside, there's a little pocket in this, and I would put the Fitbit inside this little pocket and then have to wrap this a large strap around my wrist and wear that at night as I slept. And I gotta be honest with you, for me personally, this thing was incredibly uncomfortable. I would wake up in the night and take it off because it was so uncomfortable. So that was the big downside for the Fitbit 1 for me. The other thing, and this is I'll show you with all three Fitbits, the other thing is the Fitbit 1 has a proprietary charger. You can't just plug a little mini USB into this. You actually have to plug this into the charger and then plug it into a USB. Now, that's all well and good, and it does last a good long time in the battery, probably 2 weeks, but if you lose this, it's a little charging dongle, you're kind of stuck. But that holds true for all of the Fitbits I'm going to talk about today. So that's the Fitbit 1, and that's why I didn't much care for the Fitbit 1. So then I moved up to the Fitbit Alta. Now this is the Alta, and I purchased this with the teal strap, and this is a small, and I also purchased, along with this, I purchased a, I believe they call this a plum strap and a black strap. And by the way, I will put all of the items I'm discussing today down in the description box, a link towards Amazon. If you happen to purchase through Amazon through that link, it'll help the channel out, so I would appreciate that. But otherwise, if you do need more information, the links will be below in the description box. So back to the straps. Now this is a small, and I purchased the black and the plum. Now I will tell you, the small that comes with the Fitbit is about a ½ inch larger than the small accessory straps. Now for me, it wasn't a big deal. It actually just moved me up one more hole, but it still fit. But if you have a large wrist, and I kind of do have, I put it on my non-dominant wrist, I do kind of have a large wrist. The large might be better for you, but realistically, I would say if you're a female, probably the small is going to work fine for you. Men, unless you're a very small wristed man, you're probably going to want to go into the large. So that's the Fitbit Alta. Now the thing with the Fitbit Alta, again, just to let you know, the straps come off very easy. There's a little button on each side of the strap here, and you just push that little button and it just slides the strap right off. The other thing about changing the straps, you can actually use a little pocket that has a little belt clip on it, magnetic belt clip. You can actually stash the Fitbit Alta in that little pocket, and you could wear it on your hip if you wanted to, or your belt loop, or even stick it in your pocket. Very handy, very similar to the Fitbit 1 carrying thing. I will tell you, this little accessory here is not Fitbit branded. But it works just fine. A lot of times we'll actually put my Fitbit Alta in this little accessory when I'm out mowing the lawn, because that way I won't get a suntan mark on my wrist. So that's the Fitbit Alta. Now, why would I not wear this Fitbit Alta to bed? This will automatically track my sleep. So as soon as I stop moving, it realizes I've gone to sleep. So it'll start tracking my sleep automatically. But it's still a little too bulky for me personally. Now, I'm the type of person, I don't like to wear rings or a watch or anything when I sleep. It just bothers me. So, but I still want to be able to track my sleep. Enter the Fitbit Flex 2. Now this is the Fitbit Flex 2. This is the small. And I'll tell you, the small on this is very large as far as smalls go. And the other thing too with the Fitbit Flex 2, when you order the Flex 2, this comes, and I don't know if I can actually get this out of the box. Their packaging is very good, by the way, and this isn't actually an unboxing. But it comes, the Fitbit Flex 2 comes with both bands. So it'll come with the small band, and inside there's also the large band. So you don't have to order small or large. Both bands come with the Flex 2. So that's nice. And they have different color options. I just opted for the pink. You can buy accessory bands for the Flex 2 as well with different color bands. But here's the thing with the Flex 2 that I really, really like. The Flex 2 is so small, and here is what I really wanted to show you, because I tried to look on YouTube, and at the time I was searching, I couldn't find a comparison video for the two different Fitbits, the Alta and the Flex 2. So here's a direct comparison in size of both devices. Now they're both in their bands, but here's the key. Let me take them both out of their bands, and then you're really going to see the size difference. So here's the Alta, and here, this tiny little thing, I hope I'm focused in, this is the Flex 2. This is the Alta. So there is a comparison of them both. So as far as length, there is the length difference. As far as thickness, I mean, as you can see, this Flex 2 is a tiny, 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 tiny little device. The other thing with the Flex 2, and I hope I'm in focus, I apologize if that camera's not focusing quite right on that. The other thing with this little Flex 2, it's waterproof. So you can swim with it, you can take a shower with it. So here's the thing. This is the reason I got the Flex 2, and I use them both. You can actually use multiple Flex devices, Fitbit devices in your Fitbit app. So don't worry about that. You can connect multiple devices in that app. So here's the thing with the Flex 2. It automatically tracks when you've gone to sleep. And this thing is so tiny that when it's on your wrist at night, it's so lightweight, you don't know it's there. I do not notice this is there. I can sleep all night long. This automatically knows when I go to sleep. It knows when I wake up, and hence it has solved my problem for tracking my sleep, whereas the Fitbit Alta, which was just a little too heavy to sleep with, wouldn't do that. The other thing is, like I said, the Fitbit Flex 2 is waterproof. So this is what I do. I wear my Fitbit Alta all throughout the day while I'm at work or out and about. And again, it's a good, there's a little bit of weight to it. It's not grossly heavy, but there's a little bit of weight to it. And it's got a clock on it. So this is my watch. It tracks my steps. It does not track going upstairs. I will tell you that. Neither one, the Alta or the Flex 2, do not track going upstairs. But it does track steps. It tracks my activity. And it has a clock. Too heavy to wear at night. So I wear this during the day. As soon as I get home, I switch and I put on the Flex 2, and I wear the Flex 2 around the house as I'm doing chores and whatnot, and it's perfect. I don't need a watch when I'm in the house. I have clocks around, I have my cell phone, and again, it's so lightweight, I don't know I'm wearing it, and I can wear it in the shower. Now, I'm not a swimmer, but I can wear it in the shower, excuse me, and I'm actually getting those extra steps that when I took the Alta off, I would lose those steps because I'd forget to put it back on when I was in the house. So the Flex 2 for me is a perfect option. Now I will tell you another thing. I mentioned the proprietary chargers. This is the proprietary charger for the Alta. And again, they're all USB at the end, but this is the proprietary charger, and you just snap it in there and you plug it in. And here is the proprietary charger for the Alta. Did I say Alta on this? I'm sorry, this is the Flex 2 proprietary charger. And this is the Alta proprietary charger. It's got a little clamp on it and the little 3 brass knobs in the back. You line those 3 brass knobs up here. You just snap it in. You want to make sure that on the Alta it's snapped in good. And if you're holding it while it's actually in the charger, you'll feel a little vibrate to let you know it's charging. And again, USB on the end. And the Alta, same way. You want to make sure those brass connectors are lined up with the brass connectors on the charger. You have to be careful though with the Flex 2. Did I call this an Alta again? This is the Flex 2. You have to be careful. This device is so small, it can easily slip out of your hand and you could easily lose it. So be careful about that. But it does just snap in, uses a proprietary charger. I actually use an Amazon USB charger, and I just plug it into the USB, plug it into a wall, and I have the chargers right there, and I swap them out. Speaking of charging, the Flex 2, the battery life is a little disappointing. Now for me, I'm just wearing it around the house, not a big deal, but it only lasts about 4 days, I've discovered, on a charge. The Alta lasts, I would say, 5 days on a charge, which is very good. Actually, I can get 6 days on a charge really out of the Alta, and that's wearing it all day long. I can get 6 full days. But the Flex 2, I'm getting 4, and keep in mind I'm just wearing that around the house and through the night in bed. You can increase that a little bit by adjusting your sync settings on your app, but I did want to make a note of that. So that is my comparison review of the Fitbit Flex 2 and the Fitbit Alta. And if you want more information, like I said, please check out the links down below. They'll help out the channel. I want to thank you so much for coming by. Again, my name is Kim. This is Kim's Simple Life. Check us out over at kimsimplelife.com. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Check back with us soon. We're going to have another review coming up. Thanks. Bye-bye for now.